Jonez, what's up with you?
Yeah,
What you got going on?
check it out. I ain't been in this park in a minute, bro. Down here on 6 and National. What's good with you, bro?
I'm just taking it day by day, working. A lot of working. Other than that, not too much.
So what you got? What you got?
Honestly, I'm wondering what your thoughts on the last upload were.
That's my thoughts. Well, I'm hoping that the people will take time, like, share, and subscribe. You know, that's the only way. Man.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Get the notifications out. You feel me? All depending. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think would help the future upcoming clips?
Basically, they like, share, comment. You know what I mean?
No, for real though. Yeah, seriously, it really would help.
Share.
Comment helps for sure. You know, on that last video, something that stuck out to me.
Let the people know. Come on.
You know, that tragic story. You know, about your assault. I'm wondering, you know, does that bother you today?
Of course, you know what I mean? Of course. One step at a time, you know what I mean? One day at a time, you know? Figure out something, you know?
You said you figure out something?
Yeah, I figure out something, you know?
Why? Because you're still messed up from it?
Of course, man. That was tragic.
You just leave it at that. You don't got much more to say about that situation. Are you antisocial in any type of way?
Yeah, that put me in a different state, different mind state. You know?
So that all played together.
Yeah, man. Like, you just really don't know. You can't really trust nobody. Like, you know, coming from where I'm coming from here to Philly, you can't really trust nobody like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People supposed to be your folks, you know. Somebody's supposed to be your folks, or they use your kindness for a weakness. You feel me?
Right. Use that blood card.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's kind of a deep question, but I'm wondering, you know, are you able to forgive those who attacked you? Because it seemed.
No.
It's damn okay.
I know some people probably feel like, yo, you know.
That was like a triple cross type of situation.
Yeah,
like I don't.
It's like you gotta. Yo, I ain't coming to this park in a minute either, bro. Like the actual dugout park.
You said the dugouts and parts of them?
It's like a little baseball area.
This is all new?
Nah, this ain't new. This has been here for years, bro.
Oh, okay.
I was a kid last time I did this job, bro.
Got you. Oh.
What you think about the uploads?
What I think about the uploads?
Yeah, what you think about that? You think we should have more people, you know, chiming in or you know, commenting or something?
Yeah, I mean we're getting a good amount of views, you know, which isn't really adding up to the likes, which, you know, you could expect that, but yeah, we need to get more comments and vibes so we know where to head with these uploads more. You know what I mean?
They recorded something over there.
There you are. Oh, look at them dancing. There's always something going on, bro. That's funny. But yeah, that's basically what I think. It seems like you really know, like, how to stir the pot.
Well, I say things. Look, Brody, I say things that really get up under people's skin from time to time, but it is what it is.
Are you still active now?
Am I still active? Man, I be look, I'll be a fool to say I'm still active right now. I mean, I'll be a whole fool to say I'm still active.
I mean, that's a good point, but you're really not, though. So,
You know,
hey, I mean, no disrespect, no disrespect, you know, and you know, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, what's your definition of, say, beef? Like, what would you, how would you define that?
definition of beef, that goes multiple ways. I'm gonna get back to you on that one. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure. I want to go. You know what? I was thinking about going. Damn, I was thinking about going to.
Right.
I was thinking about going. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So where we headed now, bro? Broad and Master.
Right here, where's that? My old high school.
You said you're what? William Penn?
High school.
Look at that. I don't see no William Penn.
It's Penn. This was Penn, brother.
Oh, it was Penn.
What it look like to you now?
Why you messing with me?
What it look like to you now?
It looks like a track to me.
You can't even go in that joint right now.
What's it for, Temple?
I think Temple got it.
Why you can't go in there?
Beats me, I don't know.
Shit, that's crazy.
This building right here, bro.
This tall one?
That's new.
New
That's
joint.
new.
These are the type of buildings we used to clean the windows of. You imagine dropping off of the ceiling, sitting on a little chair?
I don't know the cost of that.
Bro, that shit was scary.
These machines right here.
Yeah, they were using these if they were lucky, but sometimes they had to drop off with a chair. It's like $50 an hour though. Still ain't enough for me.
This was the beginning of going inside of William Penn High School.
This was right here? The entrance of William Penn.
Entrance, right?
So now it's definitely, yeah, the Laborers Training Center. So that's for Temple. It's interesting. Right.
You see we can go around the whole drink, but all this is new. It's been here for a few years now, but this is new.
Okay. Well, you know, when we were back at the park, we were talking about, you know, your definition of beef. I'm still wondering, you know, what you think about that.
Now, beef, I said, you know, beef can go multiple ways, bro. Beef, you can have beef through wordplay. You can have beef through someone stealing something. You can have beef through bad business deals. You can have beef through just somebody being a cold liar or a snake. You know what I mean?
Anything negative, it kind of sounds like.
Pretty much. Beef can go multiple ways, bro. You know, it look like you might could go in this joint. I don't know. It look like it's open.
I don't know. Let's see, I bet you turn left, the gate's probably gonna. Well, there's a parking lot, but I
This is
don't know.
all new. Well, you definitely can't get into the field part.
Yeah, they don't want us in this part either. I'll tell you that much. This is
Right
pretty
up
wild
here's
looking.
Gerard,
though.
Brody.
That's Gerard right there.
Get the people a little small, you know.
Yeah.
Spin back around.
Yes,
See
sir.
what you find interesting. All this is new, bro. All this is new.
All these Temple buildings, athletic facilities.
All right. That's happy. I didn't even see all that. Used to be a McDonald's right here at the corner. We got rid of that joint
McDonald's?
too, yep.
Temple
You know
took
they
over the
they
whole
probably
block.
gonna build some condos or something out here, bro. So what's up?
Over here. Or dorm rooms or something, right?
All that.
Um,
College right there. Yeah, what's up?
I'm thinking, you know, do you think your content helps viewers understand your story?
Probably because I ain't got no jewelry on. And, you know, I ain't ain't got a bunch of negative stuff to say at the moment. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
We trying to put together good content. You know what I mean? But just about, see, look, the McDonald's joint is gone. I mean, just,
This whole joint.
Now. Look, you take people, they're gonna put probably some condos.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It looks like they're already starting. Condos.
Once they start digging the ground, that's when you're gonna know. But that's what I was saying.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, it's like, it seems like everything is negative. Like that is.
I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like if we had some negativity going on the channel, we'd get more views, we'd get more likes. You know, people really only interested
That's
with,
heavy.
you know, gunfire, you know, blood. But think about it, when blood is shed, you can't really upload that online. You feel me? So I'm just trying to go from where I was, you know what I mean? What type of environment I was around and surrounded by.
Yeah.
People that I was surrounded by. They did a lot of that. I stayed away from it. I tried to shy away from that. That's what made people think, oh, he ain't for the streets. He different. He's soft. You know what I mean?
Oh, so that started to happen.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm not going to get that kind of content. I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to get bits and pieces of facts about what really took place with me. Me and my situation. Yeah, we on your ride now, bro.
Right. So just trying to spread awareness, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get into all that.
Well, I mean, now that you're older, how do you avoid issues if, like, you have an altercation?
So like beef and all that.
Yeah, or even something small. That's something that happens just on a whim.
The thing is, like you just said, when you become an adult, you realize that what you used to get involved with, the consequences and repercussions, the terms and conditions that come with all of that,
Right.
you're accountable for it. You know what I mean? So when you move accordingly to what's beneficial for you, fighting cases and paying lawyers and all, I ain't got the energy or the time for that.
Right. Who does, really? I mean, it's amazing how many people that be running around. What, that have it? Or
yeah, there's a lot of people that glorify that activity. So, you know.
Oh, right. But don't have lawyer money and don't have. That's my point. Yeah.
I remember being in a situation where I'm running around wasting money doing this and doing that, and when I finally get caught up, my bread is low. I ain't no bread at all. So, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Awareness, yeah, this is awareness.
Yeah. Facts.
A lot of people not going to agree. Same as people don't like.
That happens with everything. Yeah.
Comment,
right.
Subscribe. It's the same way. You're only going to reach so many people.
Right.
It takes time. With anything, everything takes time. You gotta find your niche.
Exactly. So, how do you feel about criticism then?
Criticism, you know, that's an interesting topic because you got people that pretend like they're not criticism, or they're not a critic or whatever, but you can't get no love.
You said you can't get no love?
Yeah, we're in a city where you can't really get no love. You trying to do something positive?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody really rocking and rolling with you when you trying to do something positive.
Yeah, you're right. Philly is crazy for that too.
I ain't got no watches on. I ain't got a bunch of jewelry, rings, and all that.
So who are you, right?
Yeah, who am I? What are you talking about? Get him out the way.
Well, you know, I noticed, and I'm sure other people notice. You know, you're very cautious.
Of course. You know.
Yeah.
Time to time I look around where I'm going, but I ain't nobody looking for me though.
Yeah, you seem to be on point wherever you go. Like, does that just come from the life, or you just were always like that?
It's always like that. When you're living in an urban setting, or you move around in an urban setting, you gotta watch everything, 24/7, bro. It can go down at any moment. No matter who you are, where you are. Some of the best has got, you know, touched or dealt with.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with social media, bro.
Yeah. Social media is exposing a lot.
Social media is going to show what you don't want shown.
Exactly.
So what I do is, I don't give people time to pick my brain. I pick my own brain and I allow it to be uploaded. Good. So I ain't worried about being embarrassed because I'm putting the story out there for the people. You know.
Yeah.
Who is Joe Nash? You know, who is he? All right, well, follow along. You got me.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is what do you think most people think about you like now and how you move today?
I'm weird.
Weird? You're weird?
Joe Nash, yeah, whoever he is, he weird. What? Yeah, that's how they feel. You know, that's how they feel, bro. You know, you got to give them the real.
Because you're not wearing the watches and the chains and all that,
Whatever. Or I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. I'm different.
You're not following the trends.
I'm antisocial in my own way because of what I've seen and what I know. What I know puts me in my, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Helps me generate my character.
Keeps you safe at the same time, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to stay out the way. It's important to stay out the way.
Yeah. So what would your message to the kids be then? That they're not really sure which direction like matters. You know, they're following celebrities. They're seeing what's trending, and everything's based off that. They're just followed.
Well, I think that most children should just be children.
Yeah.
While you're a child.
Facts.
You know, while you're a kid, growing into your teen years, and about to be like if you're a preteen, about to be an adult, a young adult, just do what works for you.
Yeah.
Find out what's beneficial. You know, embrace the people in your, you know what I mean, in your group, or embrace the people that bless you or can help you figure out a plan or start a little business or something until you find out where you want to go in life. But to follow someone else's footsteps, you got to make your own first. You're better off making your own, you feel me?
I think people think that's too much work. You know? Because they don't see that
This something heavy that's in Philly. You get a parking ticket, gang. You're just like that.
They don't leave them on there so they don't get another one.
They leave it on there, so you mean it's like a bow tie fee. You hear me? It's like a bow tie fee. That's how they feel.
Oh shit. Well, where you taking me now?
Let's see. You can go away. You ain't surprising people.
Yo, I just grabbed 6 pairs of these joints last night. Different colors.
You need to see the thing, good.
A little running style I've been messing with lately. So where'd you take me now?
We at the grocery. Fresh grocery. I just grabbed some chicken.
Oh, that's where you grabbed it, the fresh grocer?
Yeah. So they usually don't
come up this ramp?
Yeah.
Well, maybe driving they would be on us. What's up here? Like a parking lot?
Yeah.
But they just usually, all right.
It's the top right.
It's open though. I was thinking about everything that we've been talking about, and one thing I wanted to ask you was, how different are the streets, or how different were the streets from when you were growing up to how they are today?
Totally different.
I thought you would say that. How would you elaborate on that?
Totally different. Well, I'm gonna just have to say, the kids now today don't have no boundaries. They don't got no picks. They're savages, you know? Kids nowadays are savages.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, obviously there's kids out here that are going to choose the street route. They're not going to listen to people like us saying not to do it because it's not worth it. So what kind of advice would you give people like that? Just to help them.
because who you're around might be the same ones who keep you from existing. Because that's who you're running with. That's who you respect. That's who you honor. That's who you idol.
That's a good point.
You feel me?
Yeah, dude. It's a very good point. We had Broad and Gerard, right?
No, this Broad in Oxford.
Broad and Oxford is the fresh grocer. With the good chicken. The good fried chicken.
Yeah. You on a mission, trying to get somewhere, trying to eat something real quick, slide to the grocery, get you a little chicken, whatever, you gonna get a hoagie, whatever.
Yeah, the last time I was here, that chicken was hitting. The chicken was hitting. So yeah, I guess they ain't letting, well, I mean, there's a few cars over there. I don't know. Maybe they are letting people up.
I know for a minute they had to closed off, bro.
Closed off, right? Maybe they redid it. Looks like some parts anyway. Look like they got redid.
There's a lot of new buildings around here.
Yeah.
They redid the John Wanamaker School. Gray and the white building over there.
Yeah.
You might be able to take it, you might not.
Yeah, I think they caught the red up there. What building is it?
John Wanamaker. It was John Wanamaker.
Do you know what gets done out of there? Or
No. I have no clue.
is it a bunch of different offices in one, like building, or you don't even know that?
Possibility.
Okay.
I just know it's a new joint there, bro. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I hear you.
I ain't never been there. It's been open. Yeah, skyline. Good. Skyline. City.
Yeah, how about that?
You mean?
Clouds
Skyline,
and the clouds and all that look good right now. For this. How much does the weather play a part in like the city life?
Man,
Yeah, violence.
When it's hot, bro, people get busy. People get busy when it's hot. Where you at?
The weather affects a lot, huh?
The weather, it's like it kind of push people's ego.
Ah.
Get real egotistic about it. Who's showing off, who's showing out, who show up, you know what I mean?
That's wild.
Yeah. Technically.
Kind of the same thing with holidays and all that, huh?
Yeah. That's when people cut up
Yeah.
and show their stripes. They're gonna earn their stripes.
For who, right?
Yeah, for
They're all married with kids and shit. Nah, just
all these tigers, lions, and bengals, and everybody gangster, super gangster, cuz. Get me out of that. I'm a regular citizen. You know what I mean? What do they call it? Civilian. A regular civilian.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. You mean? Regular civilian. You heard?
Oh, shit. I think we're gonna have to tune back in. What you got?
You know what? I gotta give my shout outs. You know, I gotta give my shout
Oh,
outs.
shit. Okay, what you got, brother?
I gotta give my shout outs. I gotta give my shout outs. Sorry for the litter.
I need to speak up a little bit in this wind.
Alright, let me see. I gotta give a shout out to Cooter. I gotta give a shout out to my cousin Junior. I gotta give a shout out to I hope you don't start trying to grind me up. You know, Jack start trying to grind me up as soon as you come to the shout outs and part of the joint. I mean, you see. Shout out to Fluke Duke, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Shout out to Popsicle.
Hey.
Shout out to a couple more, but I'm just, you know, if I don't fit you in on this one, I'll fit you in on the next one.
Yeah, he's got a shout out segment now. So.
Yeah, you know, it's a little part of the section, you know, that I dedicate to the people.
We can't do it out now.
Yeah, we gotta do it. Man. Let me see. I was mangling on that chicken.
Yo, you know what I've been meaning to ask you?
What's that?
So you spent some time when you were younger in jail.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories or any experiences in there that you want to talk about?
Well,
Like,
technically,
man, you answer that fast as shit.
technically, when it comes to jail, I was always like in and out. It wasn't like I spent like months to years in jail. Like it was only like.
So you never saw
Like
nothing?
as long as my folks developed the bail money and whatnot, I was back out of it. I was back on the streets. Especially a lot of the charges was when I was a juvenile.
So you don't really remember ever seeing nothing that was crazy? Or...
Well, everything is crazy about us.
I mean, that's
food,
true. You're right.
The processing of the food, the actual food that you eat,
Yeah.
how people eat. You know,
Just that alone, right?
it's a lot. Man. It's a lot to process, bro. And I can't. That's something that I just can't get used to. And anybody that does get used to that, you know, they're a different type of.
Yeah, that's
type
wild.
of animal.
Yeah.
Because to be
And
told
there are
what to
people
do,
that do.
Some people can't function when they get released.
Yeah.
They gotta go back to, you know, they gotta get
Yeah.
back. They gotta take lockup again because they can't function with the world and how this thing is, you know, is spinning on.
Yeah, they can't do it without a schedule.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
pretty crazy.
Let me see. Shout out Skillet, Cuzzo, you know who you are. Shout out Cuzzo Lil Will. Shout out Matthias. Shout out Corp. Shout out Boo. You know. Shout out Maine. So many Maines, but shout out Cousin Pool. You know, she might check it out. You know. Shout out. I'm forgetting a few people. I know I'm all out. Trying to put it together.
Shout out to the shout out segment that'll now be part of this.
Shout out to whoever.
Due to
whoever I missed the last time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm back again.
You're not missing anybody. So we're gonna make a shout out segment.
Shout out to anybody whose birthday coming up this month.
Okay.
Birthday next month. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the following one after that.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Like, shout out to
Summer?
everybody. You know?
All the summer babies?
Yeah, all the summer babies. Everybody who's trying to figure out, you know, how to move and what's next out here, you know, shout out to everybody.
You were 80s baby too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The 83rd, you heard?
83rd.
83rd.
Okay.
We appreciate being able to reach people that we can reach, whoever tweet, you know, comment, whatever.
Yeah.
Take the time to do such.
Please comment. We will answer you.
Yeah,
We will answer you.
There, you know, if you like to hear responses back, you know, reply. You might even upload whatever you know. You might put it into the next upload, whatever you comment. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it helps the channel. You know?
Yep.
We understand that everybody is not in tune. We might not be talking about what some people want to hear, you know, because some people will click 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and get out of there, you know.
Yeah.
So, what kind of content you all would appreciate to see, and you know, we got more, you know, in the mix up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let me see who I forgot.
You right on it. We will touch on it.
I'm gonna say shout out to.
Oh, the shout out segment ain't over.
Shout out to my Aunt Mills.
Aunt Mills.
Shout out to my Shannon, my Aunt Jeans. Shout out to my Uncle Wizard. Shout out to my cousin Doug. Spence. Shout out to Fu. Shout out to Tay. Shout out to Bean. Shout out to Ange. Mom just came home. Shout out to, I'm going in on it. I'm going in on the shout out every time. You know what I mean? I'm
Draw.
You know what I mean? Because I had to, you know what I mean?
Draw.
Put it together, you know what I mean? Shout out to Yak, you know what I mean? My guy right here, the icy, you know what I mean? Appreciate, I mean,
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
the time he takes. Busy schedule. Very, very busy schedule. So in case if any of y'all wondering why we're not following up with the joints like back to back to back, dropping uploads, he has a very strict schedule. You know, it's rare that we get together. I try to convince him to put 2 releases together, but it doesn't always work out that way. So we're lucky to get 1 together. Luckily to put 1 up.
A week, he's saying. Yeah.
I try to get him to put 2 up.
Yeah, we're going to try for 2. We're going to try for 2.
215, y'all. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
215, PHI, you know.
Double L-Y.
I am Joe Nash. I know there's probably a few people I did not Good to see you.
That's
Shout
for-
out my cousin Trina. Oh, shout out my sister Melissa. Shout out my sister Trina. Who am I? Shout out Miss Esther. Mom Esther. Shout out Aunt Lizzie.
Jones, thanks for coming through, brother.
Appreciate you, guys.
We're gonna touch on that next segment. We're gonna catch on, you know, some other storylines, and we're gonna go from there.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. You heard me?
Comment is the biggest one, baby.
Yeah, subscribe.
Comment.
Subscribe. Oh, subscribe. Yeah.
Ain't that hard to hit the button, right? Tell him.
Post notification. What you waiting on? Hit that subscribe like button. You heard?